Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First and foremost, I would like to welcome on stage Nasra al-Mahrazi, OPAL HSE Projects Lead, to give us the HSE induction.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nasra al-Mahrazi, HSE Projects Lead, and today I'll be taking you through the HSE induction for this event. Today, there is no planned fire drill. In case of any emergencies, the fire alarm will be activated and we'll be evacuating the hall using the nearest exit. Please take a moment to identify your nearest exit. Keeping with the precautionary measures of COVID-19, all equipments and furnitures have been cleaned and sterilized, and our guests are maintaining proper social distancing. They are wearing masks unless they are presenting. This hall has a capacity of 50 persons with taking COVID-19 controls, and today we are having 25 persons, which is 50% of the total allowed occupancy. Thank you for your attention. Wishing you a safe and pleasant event.
Your Excellency, Engineer Salim bin Nasr al-Aufi, the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Energy and Minerals, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen joining us here today, but most importantly, watching us virtually. Good morning to you all. My name is Ilham Al-Aisri, and I will be your host for today's much anticipated event. On behalf of OPAL's esteemed Board of Directors, it is our pleasure to welcome you to OPAL's annual general meeting, supported by our very special guest of honor, His Excellency, Engineer Salim bin Nasr al-Aufi. Before I invite Mr. Abdurrahman al-Yahyai, OPAL CEO, to render the welcoming address and initiate today's program, I would like to bring to your attention that the voting platform is now open. You may begin casting your votes now through the Tasweet platform by using the registered email and unique password shared to you upon successful registration. Links to the platform can be found in the email sent to you and, of course, or alternatively, the description box below. As you may see, you may initiate by pressing on the link in the Tasweet in your email that will link you to the Tasweet system for you to vote, sign in using the username and password that is unique to your user, and choose the candidate that you want to vote for. Kindly note that voting will be closed at 11:50 a.m. Mr. Abdurrahman al-Yahyai, welcome to the podium.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. Your Excellency Salim bin Nasr al-Aufi, the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Energy and Minerals, respected Board of Directors, esteemed members and guests, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to OPAL's 20th Annual General Meeting. I would have very much liked to meet and address all members in person, but as you know, we are holding this meeting over a virtual platform due to the prevailing unprecedented circumstances. I would like to extend my appreciation for sparing the time to join us today from wherever you are, and for your continued faith at OPAL and its management. Let me stay with the round of thanks for a minute. Leading OPAL as a CEO is both a tremendous honor and huge responsibility. So I would like to thank the board, not just for their support and counsel, but also for the trust they have put in me in this regard. I would also like to thank the outstanding employees of OPAL who had dedicated their time and efforts in overcoming the challenges and managed to deliver successful results to the entire sector. Dear members, we are grateful that you are so understanding of the situation, and I hope that we will be able to welcome you in person next year. I intend to take this opportunity to reflect on the past 2020 achievements. Throughout the year, we received many requests from operators, contractors, and service providers seeking support to repatriate their workers during the grounding of commercial flights and the closure of airports as part of the pandemic control measures. In response to these requests, OPAL secured approval from the government authorities and organized more than 133 special flights, which repatriated over 27,000 employees, and secured approval from the government authority to return to Oman more than 11,000 critical employees to their employers to support business continuity in their respective organizations. This synergies and efforts alone has potentially saved more than Oman Riyal 66 million for the industry. I am delighted to report that the long-awaited unified OPAL defensive driving permit will be effective during the second quarter of this year. The new defensive driving system not only will enhance the road safety and save lives, but also it will bring in process efficiency and potential saving of Oman Riyal 6 million annually. At the time of writing this message, OPAL has already assessed and approved 5 defensive driving training providers and 5 assessment centers. And hopefully, before end of this year, we'll have 7 approved defensive driving and 7 assessment centers. I'm also pleased to report that OPAL has established the Sector Skills Unit Board of Directors, and 3 board meetings were held during the year. The SSU governance structure, resources, and business plan are in place, and the SSU become fully operational by middle of the year 2020. For the SSU to be more effective and efficient, allow me to take this opportunity and kindly request all members to extend their usual generous support to fund this unit and allow it to contribute to uplifting the standards of skills developments for the sector. Last year, OPAL team, with the support of subject matter experts from our members, did spend nearly 460 hours providing clarification and guidance to our member companies on the decision issued by the Supreme Committee and the interpretation of the labor law. We also hosted a series of virtual workshops in collaboration with prominent Omani law firm to advise our members on the application of the Omani labor and Supreme Committee guidelines. During the year, OPAL was entrusted by the Ministry of Energy and Minerals to represent the sector in the LADOF committee established by ministerial decision, where OPAL raised many labor-related issues in behalf of the industry and managed to get most of issues resolved. Among other things, in order to effectively implement the guideline issued by COVID-19 Supreme Committee, OPAL recommended supporting measures for private sector companies to the Ministry of Labor, which were adopted, and more flexibility was allowed in some of the labor law clauses. These are some of the 2020 achievements. And in closing, let me say this: difficult time bring out the best in people. The success that OPAL has achieved in this unprecedented circumstances reflect the eagerness of its employees to deliver what is best for the sector and our members in particular. I believe that the rollout of COVID-19 vaccine would offer optimism, and I hope that vaccine will enable us to resume our normal life, and I look forward to what should be much brighter and much better moving forward. I also take this opportunity to pay appreciation to all our stakeholders, and most notably to His Excellency Salim bin Nasser Al-Aufi for his guidance, support throughout the years basically. And also to my colleagues at the Ministry of Energy and Minerals, Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Social Development, Ministry of Health, Royal Oman Police for their generous support towards our initiatives and programs during the past year. And we look forward to continued cooperation and support in the coming years, and I take this occasion to thank all our members for their faith in OPAL and continued support. Thank you very much.
تعد الجمعية العمانية للخدمات النفطية أوبال مؤسسة غير ربحية، وهي أول جمعية أنشأت في السلطنة تعنى بقطاع الطاقة. استطاعت أوبال تحقيق العديد من الإنجازات القيمة خلال العام المنصرم 2020. تمكنت أوبال من خلق بيئة مثالية للتعاون بين مختلف الشركات المشغلة والشركات المتعاقدة معها من مختلف قطاعات الأعمال. كذلك لعبت دورا كبيرا في رفع القيمة المحلية المضافة التي تشرف عليها وزارة الطاقة والمعادن، وتكللت بالنجاح ولله الحمد.
الحقيقة أن هناك الكثير من الإنجازات في العام المنصرم كدور الجمعية من خلال مشاركاتها الفعالة مع كافة الأطراف المعنية بما فيها وزارة الطاقة والمعادن في الكثير من اللجان.
وتستمر وتتوالى الإنجازات وتحلق في سماء التطور والعطاء، وتفتح الستار وتدشن الرخصة القيادية الوقائية الموحدة في مناطق الامتياز، بحيث تمكن جميع الشركات من التنقل بكل سهولة بين مناطق الامتياز والمصافي ومصانع تسييل الغاز المسال، وسهلت العديد من التحديات التي يعاني منها المقاولون والموردون، وسوف ينتج عنها تقليل التكاليف والجهد والوقت لأعضاء أوبال.
رغم الجائحة ورغم كل التحديات التي مررنا بها في العام 2020 استطعنا ولله الحمد أن نقدم خدماتنا باستمرارية، بالإضافة إلى استحداث خدمات جديدة،
حيث تمكن فريق أوبال من نقل أكثر من 27,000 من العاملين الأجانب وإرجاعهم إلى بلدانهم.
كان هدفنا من خلال هذا العام أن نضمن استمرارية العمل والمحافظة على كل المكتسبات، خصوصاً فيما يتعلق بالICV والتعميم.
الجدير بالذكر أن أوبال أولت اهتماماً بالغ الأهمية لمعايير ضمان وسلامة المركبات RAS من خلال اتخاذ حزمة من الإجراءات واعتمادها لعدد من مراكز فحص المركبات.
كما قمنا في العام 2020 من تدشين رخصة أوبال للقيادة الوقائية، والتي ستساهم بتوفير أكثر من 6 ملايين ريال عماني.
تعمل أوبال بإخلاص وجهد عاليين في تطوير المنظومة التدريبية والعملية من خلال رصد هيكلة واحتياجات سوق العمل العماني وترجمتها إلى واقع معرفي ظهر جلياً من خلال وحدة المهارات القطاعية التي تعمل لقطاع الطاقة لضمان رفض القطاع بالكفاءات الوطنية المؤهلة تأهيلاً حقيقياً ومناسباً لاحتياجات سوق العمل.
نحن نعتبر جمعية أوبال شريك فعال وحقيقي في تنظيم سوق العمل وتدريب العمانيين وفتح أبواب جديدة للتوطين، ونتمنى أن تحظو القطاعات الأخرى قطاع النفط والغاز في تنظيم أنفسها بإيجاد جمعيات متخصصة شبيهة بجمعية أوبال. هذه فعلا شراكة حقيقية وفعالة وجادة.
ولا شك بأن إنشاء وحدة المهارات القطاعية في القطاع تحت مظلة أوبال يعد خطوة مهمة وترجمة لجهود وزارة الطاقة والمعادن من خلال مشاريع القيمة المحلية المضافة.
OPAL and PDO, as we all know, have a long history and we have worked together over many years. And it's great to see how OPAL has gained from strength, has moved from strength to strength. And the achievements of last year for OPAL is something that is really worth talking about, and it's remarkable despite all the challenges that we all had in the industry and OPAL had in the industry with the COVID challenges.
وقعت أوبال عددا من مذكرات التعاون مع عدد من المؤسسات الحكومية ومؤسسات القطاع الخاص لدعم الشراكة المثمرة، وذلك لتعزيز الخدمات الاجتماعية ورفع كفاءة منظومة التدريب في المؤسسات التدريبية الخاصة.
Thank you very much OPAL for doing this.
والشكر للزملاء الرئيس التنفيذي وزملائه في الإدارة التنفيذية وكل العاملين في أوبال على ما حققوه، والشكر كل الشكر لأعضاء مجلس الإدارة اللي كان لهم دور كبير في الدفع بهذه الرؤية وكذلك دعم الإدارة التنفيذية.
يوما بعد يوم والمحطات التي تصنعها أوبال داخل السلطنة ترتقي ويعلو شأنها. كل شيء في هذا المكان يتجدد ويتسارع إبداعه لتكون أوبال على الدوام واجهة بلدها الجميل بمقدراته وإمكانياته البشرية. أوبال، صوت قطاع الطاقة المميز.
And that was the video highlighting some of the many achievements that we have had over the year and commemorating 20 years of excellence, support, and most definitely collaboration within the industry. I will now invite upon the podium Dr. Amr Rawas, OPAL's current chairman, to render a few words.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Your Excellency, dear colleagues and members, thank you very much for gracing our event with your attendance despite the extraordinary conditions. Thank you for being here, albeit online, but special thanks to His Excellency Salim Al-Aufi for his continued support and for gracing the event in his physical presence amongst us here. Your Excellency, your guidance has been a source of inspiration for us and has given us the motivation needed to grow and to sustain what we are building. Thank you very much for that. That is highly appreciated amongst all the board members and the management team. Dear ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the board of OPAL, I would like to congratulate you all on a year that was well done for OPAL, a year in which we were able to prove ourselves as the voice of the industry, as the platform where we all come to seek solidarity and support each other. This platform is composed of every member of the society, as well as the board, the team, and the other stakeholders that support us. We've come out of 2020 stronger and more resilient, and there are a number of resilience factors that we built in that I know for sure, bi'idhnillah, will take us forward much smoothly should we have to meet circumstances like the ones we met in 2020. We continue to struggle with issues relating to the pandemic, but our ability to overcome those struggles and challenges have improved through those resilience measures that were internally built throughout the organization, but amongst the stakeholders that we deal with day in, day out. Abdurrahman has listed in his speech a number of the most significant achievements of 2020. So I'm not going to bore you with repeating any of them. Rather, I would talk a little bit on the background behind those successes. Success is founded on success factors. And I'm going to name the ones that I feel provided the platform for the success that we had. So starting with number one, which is the new strategy that OPAL board and management had approved after consulting with the community and the surveys and getting help from consultants, required an engine to implement the strategy. That engine is the structure of the organization. So number one factor is the restructuring of the organization. We've done away with the conventional structure, which was functionally based, we are now structured around the mission of OPAL. So all our activities within OPAL are now directed towards the mission of serving you better and more efficiently. That restructure alone had opened up positions and roles that had to be filled. And for that, I want to thank you all for your support in terms of providing us with valuable resources as secondments. I will name the 4 companies that have supported us after the restructure to fill critical positions in the new structure to serve you all. These companies are PDO, Oxy, OQ, and Schlumberger. Oxy, PDO, and OQ are operators that have supported OPAL for a long time. Schlumberger, like many other service providers and also the contractors, have supported us in other ways. But this is the first time that a service provider has seconded a full-time resource to OPAL, and for that we are very grateful. And as you can see already, the diversity that we have managed to include at the board is now cascading down to the management. So we have diversity in the management, going away from a groupthink syndrome. We are now thinking the whole sector, from the contractor community all the way to the operator community. So the restructure couldn't have shown us the fruits that Abdurrahman listed without those resources, and most importantly, without the efforts of the existing staff. The existing staff have lived up to the expectations and doubled up on their efforts. And we are very grateful to every single employee that we had before the structure continued with us after the restructure, and we have seen them doubling up on their efforts and efficiency, and for that, I want to thank you all. I know some of you are here, and do please convey our thanks for those who are not here. Number 2 is the active engagement. Abdurrahman and his team have been all around town, safely, wearing the mask and all, basically rallying support for OPAL and for the OPAL community of members. He did list some of the achievements. Those came because a new heightened level of engagement with all stakeholders. I can see the conversation is at a different level. You've probably seen on the video the Undersecretary of Ministry of Labor, a very important stakeholder, especially in 2020 for us, who have lived with us all these engagements, and I had personally had the pleasure to be with Abdurrahman several times to his office. I see a changed conversation. I see a changed level of engagement, and I think that level of engagement, it goes all the way down to the suppliers, the members, and everybody else is talking to us at a whole new, different level. Now, the third one is internal, yet it shows fruits externally. It's the governance. We've been able to restructure our internal governance, and we've also been able to introduce systems. These systems have brought not only efficiency, but also visibility and resilience, so that our executives won't spend too much time crunching the numbers or dealing with the paperwork. This is all automated. Thank you very much, Jum'ah. And now they can spare their time to do the mission for which OPAL was created. So those, in my opinion, are the 3 most important success factors that have got us here. Now I will move to the subject of this particular AGM. As you know, this is an AGM where we have an election right after the proceedings. In this turn, 2 of our members have decided to leave the board to allow for new blood to come in and contribute in the way that they've done. These 2 members I'd like to mention by name. It's Dr. Hamoud Tobi, CEO of Galfar. Dr. Hamoud has since taken up the role of a CEO of one of the pillars of Oman's economy, the largest construction company, because it goes beyond the oil and gas sector to build all those roads and bridges that we all enjoy using. And we wish him all the best, and we very much understand that taking up such a big role would require more of your time, and we thank you for the 2 terms that you've served us in, and we will continue to engage with you both as a member of the community, Gulfar, but also as a former board member to support us with your vision. And we look forward to hearing your voice advocating for OPAL in your community. Thank you very much, Dr. Hamoud. And second is Sheikh Abdullah Al-Harthi, who had served OPAL at different levels. He served OPAL as a member of the staff, where he led one of our most important units. He chose to leave and then come back to contribute at strategic level on the board. Sheikh Abdullah Al-Harthi has also decided to leave the board to serve the community from a different level. He, as you know, has launched Oman's first energy magazine, Energy Oman. He's going to make us all understand and know what's going around us in our own sector. And I'm sure he's also going to serve the sector in other parts of the communication and engagement arena. He decided to leave to serve the sector from outside the board of OPAL. We wish you all the very best, Sheikh Abdullah, and we thank you for all your contributions at the two levels, the management level and the board level. With that, I conclude the remarks on the board members that are leaving, and I want to thank those who decided to stay. We have decided to stay in order to continue the implementation of our strategy. It's very important to provide continuity. We very much look forward to working with the new board members to continue the implementation of the strategy. I know that a number of our board members have gotten bigger and more engaging jobs, and I very much appreciate their willingness to stay with us to provide that continuity. And it's always a privilege and an honor to serve you all through the board. We look forward to the voting section that will come later. And I want to conclude by thanking all of you again for making the 2020 a success. I want to thank particularly the Ministry of Energy and Minerals. Special thanks to His Excellency, whose presence with us here is very much appreciated, but also a very important stakeholder, the Ministry of Labor, and all other government stakeholders. We have had to introduce new stakeholders to our community of stakeholders last year, including ROP, the airline, the airports, and many, many other, even foreign embassies that had worked with us. Special thanks to all of them. And I can't finish without thanking our team, the team that has made this a success. Thank you all, and may God bless you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amr, for your inspiring words always. And now, a short presentation presented by Engineer Hussam Al-Jahdami of the financial report.
Assalamu alaikum. I'll be presenting the annual report of OPAL for the year ended 31st December 2020. I'm currently the treasurer and the board member, and we'll be covering the financial statements, as I mentioned, for 2020. OPAL, as you're aware, is a not-for-profit organization registered with the Ministry of Social Development as a society by royal decree and ministerial decisions. The 2020 financial statements prepared in line with international financial reporting standards. What I'm sharing with you here is the excess of revenue over the expenditure in 2020 compared to 2019. We have seen an increase of about 19.7%, and a bit more details will be provided in the following slides. In terms of main revenue streams, events, subscriptions, training, we witnessed a reduction in revenue, as was to be expected, due to the COVID-19 restrictions. However, the OPAL Star Center technical training assets were actually sold, and that's the green bar to the right. And this resulted in 2020 revenues being comparable to 2019. So the impact was minimal. OPAL also reduced quite substantially its expenditure in 2020. This is actually by the energy and vigor which was brought in by the CEO and his team, where they actually did much more work in-house as opposed to using consultants. Digital media was the way to go. This has seen an increase of this in 2020, resulting in quite good cost savings. Obviously, cancellations of events and functions, yeah. And as mentioned earlier by Dr. Amr, the centralizing of procurement processes for all services, this has actually made them much more effective and efficient, and also resulted in cost savings. In terms of 2020 cash and bank and short-term deposits, there has been a net increase in cash and cash equivalent of 177,000 riyals. We do have funds under OPAL custody. We are still holding 37,159 riyals. This is a donations received from members for Cyclone Gunu. The amounts are managed and accounted for independently from OPAL operations, and accordingly they are not included in the financial statements. As of 31st December 2020, OPAL held a balance of just over 149,000 riyals in a separate bank account in trust on behalf of the Ministry of Energy and Minerals, HR ICV Committee. Like to state that the amounts are managed and accounted for independently from OPAL operations, and accordingly they are not included in the financial statements. Independent audit has been carried out by Most Evans and of the financial statements for 2020, and their opinion is clean and is not qualified. I would like to invite Paul from Most Evans to give the auditor's report, and then I'll continue with what we would like the AGM to approve. Paul, please. You can use this.
Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Gives me great pleasure to confirm what your Treasurer just mentioned, that the audit report is clean, it is not qualified, it is not modified in any way. So it is a clean audit opinion. With your permission, I will just read the opinion paragraph to minimize the time taken. In our opinion, the accompanying financial statements present fairly in all material respects the financial position of OPAL as at 30th December 2020, and its financial performance and its cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with international financial reporting standards. And our opinion is then dated 18th of March 2021, And if I may, I will take the rest as read. Again, I would just confirm our opinion is clean. It is not modified in any way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul. I'd like to request members for the following 3 approvals. I don't know how it's going to be done virtually, but we'll give you time yeah. The first one is approval of the related party transactions as disclosed in the following note to the 2020 financial statements. Related parties are those companies in which OPAL or any of its board of directors hold a majority interest or over which they can exercise significant influence regarding financial and operating decisions. So this is the first approval which we request the AGM members to give us. I'll go through all 3 of them and then give you a bit of time to get some feedback. The second approval we would kindly like to request our AGM members to give us is adoption of the audited financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2020. And the third approval is the reappointment of auditors, Moore Stephens, for the year ending 31st December 2021. Do you get some feedback? Or? Can members interact with us? Okay, so Dr. Amr just whispered to me the annual report was sent 2 weeks ago to all the members for their information, and we have not received any clarifications or objections. So maybe we will take it that it is approved. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Hissam. And now for the next item on our agenda, the election process. Overseen by the Ministry of Social Development, the board elections take place every 2 years during the annual general meeting. OPAL shall be managed by a board of directors who must be members of the society. They shall be elected by majority of the vote here at the annual general meeting. Considering today's circumstances, majority of you, all of us, will actually be required to vote virtually through the Tasweet platform. The candidates that were interested to run for the elections were invited, and a total of 8 candidates submitted or resubmitted their applications together with a short introductory video. Today, the submitted videos of the candidates will be played to you attending this event virtually and stating what he or she intends to bring to OPAL. Ladies and gentlemen, a kind reminder that you may continue casting your votes now through the Tasweet platform by using the registered email and unique password shared to you. Another kind reminder, if you cannot find the link, please kindly check your junk or spammed emails. Ladies and gentlemen, you have 4 votes that you may use on any candidate or candidates of your choice. The voting system will be closed at 11:50 a.m. and the final results shared instantly. Without any further ado, and in alphabetical order, here are the videos of our nominees for the OPAL board for the cycle 2021 to 2023.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Aflah Hadrami.
Thank you.
I'm currently working in the capacity of CEO for Al Shawama Oilfield Services. I have been in oil and gas for almost 3 decades. I'm proud to be part of OPAL's family for the past 6 years. And I am also honored to continue my journey with OPAL. When I look at OPAL, where it was and where it is today, there has been a huge change. Today, OPAL is indeed the voice of the industry. We all know this year and last year has been very challenging to all different industries across the world. And no doubt for oil and gas, it has been very challenging for us in Oman, in our beloved country, Oman. OPAL played a big role last year and continues playing that role. I would like to thank the executive management team, the CEO and his direct reports, and everyone within OPAL's family for the sterling services, sterling support, outstanding support they have given to the industry. I am really thrilled to be part of OPAL's family, and I would like to thank the members of OPAL for giving me that trust in the past, and I request you to support me and continue your support. I would like to continue my journey with OPAL. Last but not least, let's not wait for the opportunities, but let us create them. وفقنا الله لما يحب ويرضى. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Your Excellency, distinguished guests, OPAL members and colleagues, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I was truly honored and privileged to serve in the OPAL board member for the past 2 years, working closely with the OPAL family under the leadership of Abdurrahman Al-Yahyai, the Chief Executive Officer. 2020 was a very challenging year in all fronts, be it the pandemic, the low oil prices, and the activity reduction we have faced. In this challenging environment, OPAL team spared no efforts and worked restless days and nights to ensure they become the voice of the industry, and they have transformed the society to become a true enabler to our sector. Thank you, OPAL and the team. OPAL have achieved certain milestones in 2020. I cannot highlight them all. I will highlight few examples to me. OPAL and the team have managed to ensure minimal disruption to the sector and the industry over the 2020. OPAL have worked closely with the authorities, the aviation group, the Supreme Committee, ensuring multiple repatriation flights, which supported our expatriate workforce return back home safely and ensure they are close to their families. In addition, this has saved the country and the sector millions of Omani riyals. In addition, OPAL have released several standards that will unify our practices across the industry, such as the defensive driving, which today is considered as the main risk that we all face in our day-to-day operations. Thank you, Abdurrahman and the OPAL team, for all your hard work in 2020. I would like to continue serving in the board member if I'll be successfully elected today, and looking forward to receive the support from my colleague members. I will continue providing and being the voice for the service and the contracting community in the industry, trying to listen to their challenges and working closely with OPAL to address them, being it HSC, labor, tax-related, and other challenges that we commonly face within the service and contracting community. Thank you all for your trust and valuable support you have provided OPAL and myself in particular over the past 2 years.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Amr Rawas. I want to start by thanking you for your continued support and confidence. It's been truly a pleasure and an honor to serve you at the board of OPAL. Along with my colleagues on the board, we've worked with the management to put a strategy for OPAL transformation to serve you better. This strategy has been put in place and was implemented over the last term. Last year has been a year of challenges and many successes. This has accelerated our strategy's implementation in order to serve you better and to respond faster and more efficiently to your needs. Some of us have decided to put up our names for re-election to the board so that we continue to see the strategy through and we continue to put in place the continuation and the sustainability of the services and the value given back to the community over the coming terms. We would very much appreciate your continued support for nominating us and electing us for the board this coming term. Thank you once again. Amar al-Rabbas.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hussam Abdullah Ahmed Al-Jahdami, PDO Engineering Director. It's been a privilege to serve on the OPAL board so far, and I'm really keen to continue contributing to OPAL transformation journey, where we continue to deliver value to all our members and Oman. As you are aware, 2020 was a year like no other. The challenges we faced were unprecedented. And the guidance from myself and my colleagues on the board, you witnessed how the OPAL CEO and his team stepped up to challenges, ensuring excellent support to our members across all fronts. I'm seeking re-election so that we can continue the OPAL transformation journey of delivering excellence to all our members. Whether it's to do with common industry standards, promoting synergy and collaboration among member companies, or driving ICV, or being the voice of the industry to tackle common challenges. 2020 saw a step change in collaboration between operators, suppliers, and contractors. By re-electing me, you can rest assured that OPAL will continue to build upon its achievements to date, to ensure collectively we emerge much stronger in not only meeting current and future challenges, but also opening up opportunities for the industry and its members. Thank you and stay safe.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am an ambitious individual with more than 25 years of experience in the oil and gas industry, both in services and in E&P. I joined Schlumberger as a wireline field engineer, where I spent the first 12 years of my career. I then moved to Oxy, an E&P company, to gain a comprehensive knowledge of the industry. After spending 10 years there, I moved to Ara Petroleum, where I'm currently assuming a role of a DGM for both blocks 44 and 31. My name is Musa Al-Musawi, and I would like to share with you my 3 objectives of joining such an honorable organization, OPAL, as a board member. Number 1, make OPAL the only voice of the industry, a knowledge hub that benefits all the industry and the stakeholders. Number 2, tap more into renewables and green energy. As a matter of fact, this should be reflected on the name of the organization, following the steps of MEM and EDO. Number 3, promote SMEs to be players not only in the domestic arena, however, to go internationally. I would like to encourage everyone to vote for me so that you have a voice in the industry. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellencies, dear fellow OPAL board members, dear OPAL team, dear OPAL members. Firstly, I would like to thank you for the trust that you have placed in the OPAL brand. The OPAL team has shown that your trust that you have placed in OPAL has been used wisely to create a stronger energy sector in Oman. The increasing number of member companies just shows that OPAL is creating value. My first collaboration with OPAL was more than 10 years ago. when I was the consultant to write the integrated management system for OPAL. At that time, I saw the potential of OPAL, and over the years I have contributed in several working groups, was very heavily involved in the development of the NOS. So 2 years ago, when I decided to put myself up for election and nomination as a board member, my question is, can I contribute as a subject matter expert as much to OPAL and to the board as a Hamur? Little did we know that the world was going into a pandemic, and it was beneficial having subject matter experts on the board of OPAL, not only in HSE but as well in HR. And we're very thankful for the board members who had the expertise in HR. This pandemic is not over. It was very hard for all of us the last 14 months. And this is why for 2021, we have chosen the Duty of Care campaign in OPAL. Never was such a campaign, never was it as important as it is today. I will drive this campaign because it is the right thing to do and because we need this campaign. I thank you for the trust that you have placed in me in the past 2 years. I would be very grateful. I would be humbled if you place this trust again in me for another term. And I will do my very best to continue creating value to OPAL, to the community, and to pay back to the beautiful country of Oman for all these wonderful years that I have had here with my family. Thank you very much.
My name is Saeed Habsi. I hold an electrical engineering diploma with 21 years of local and international experience, including 15 years experience in oil and gas operations and 6 years experience in manufacturing. I believe that I can contribute strongly with my colleagues in the board and OPAL management to establish a new directions that will benefit OPAL member and increase their contribution in Oman. I'll be focusing in two main areas. My main focus will be in Omani workforce difficulties and challenges and the in-country value.
First of all, my name is Saif bin Saeed Ad-Darai, Executive Director of Sahsari Engineering, one of the lead local community contractor. The beginning of our real business journey since the direction of the late Sultan Qaboos, may Allah rest his soul, to his people in concession area to benefit directly from oil and gas operation next to them. We started with the clear vision, climbing the ladder in field which most challenges and most difficult were we chosen. That is the technical side of oil and gas operation. The aim was to focus in gaining experience and continuity to reach competition and sustainability. Our policies to empowering Omani youth to perform according to the requirement of oil and gas standard. We paid attention to train them in the job and setting development and growth plan in order to encourage them. The result is clear from this effort. The number of Omanis in the company is equal to the number of expatriate workers in field where there are a lot of challenges and difficulties. We also focus on developing the LCC and the SME located in the region in which we operated. I will be proud to be an OPAL member to share my knowledge and experience to enhancing common challenges in oil and gas and exchange the ideas and latest technologies adopted in our operation.
And those, ladies and gentlemen, were the candidates for the next term. And now, for the next item on our agenda, I would love to welcome on stage His Excellency, Engineer Salim bin Nasser Al-Aufi, together with OPAL CEO, to honor our current board in appreciation for their extraordinary and tremendous guidance during the last term, a very challenging and defining term, if I may add. Please join me in welcoming on stage our chairman, Dr. Amir Rawas. And next, our vice chairman, Dr. Aflah Al-Hadrami. Dr. Aflah Al-Hadrami, our vice chairman. Our treasurer, Engineer Hussam Al-Jahdami. Next, Dr. Hamoud Al-Tobi. Followed by Engineer Ali Al-Lawati. And next, Engineer Peter Hamill. And last but not least, Sheikh Abdullah Al-Harthi. I would love to call on stage and now a small token of appreciation will be handed to His Excellency for his tremendous help, support, guidance, and assistance throughout the years. Thank you very much. شكراً. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for, the new board for the cycle 2021 to 2023 by majority of votes in 3, 2, 1. شباب كيف؟ I've been requested to repeat the countdown. Oh, mashallah, mabrookeen, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to all the new board members. And we wish you all the best of luck in the next cycle. And on behalf of OPAL staff and entire team, we look forward to working with all of you. A great thanks to everyone that was nominated and participated in this year's elections. We are sure that we will always have your support and cooperation in all of our projects and upcoming events. A round of applause for all of the nominees, ladies and gentlemen. Before I close off today's event, I would love to extend a massive thanks and appreciation to our event organizers, Match Media, an Omani SME that has gone above and beyond in making today's event successful and possible. Thank you very much for gracing us with your audience and attendance here with us today, and most definitely virtually. And we hope that you all enjoyed this virtual event, and we hope to see you all again in all of our upcoming events. Stay safe and have a lovely day.